In this video today, I'm going to be taking you through some things that I discovered along the way of feeling burnt out and tired. I was like, why the heck am I still tired? This was even before I was mum, this journey started for me, and it was such a blessing because then when I transitioned into motherhood, which is such a huge transformation, I then had these tools already to help myself replenish my energy, to revitalize, even though the lack of sleep, even though the constant pull of different responsibilities, keeping this human alive now that was in my, my responsibility. And there's so many things. Welcome back. This is my channel. I am Jackie and I'm a somatics and EFT mentor for mums in business, mums that feel burnt out, that are ambitious, that want more juice out of life, that want life to feel rich, delicious, like hot chocolate. So if you're a big-hearted mum that has lost her spark, welcome. This is my world. This is what I do. This is what I'm here for. This is what I've literally been put on earth for. Take a deep breath with me. Big breath in, into here, into the belly. Let it out. So I could speak about this topic for days, but today's topic, what we're going to be focusing on is your mental capacity and what you have allowed yourself to experience. So letting yourself have desire again, letting yourself actually acknowledging what you want in life. That is huge. And then going for it. Because holding yourself back takes more energy than actually going forwards and going all in. I know. I always thought burnout came from me overcommitting to too many things and I mean, there's a nuance to that. Yes, there is, if it's the wrong things, but wrong is not the right word. If it's the things that aren't making you actually feel lit up, if it's the things that are just what everyone else is sort of expecting you to do, and it's no, you don't even realize until that penny drops. For me, I was in a coaching session. This man, wonderful man, his name was Nicky, and he got me in my body. He kept telling me to take deep breaths. He asked me a few questions like, where do you see your life? What do you want to create in your life in the next 6 months? What do you want to be experiencing? What do you want to be doing? And this is when I still had a full-time job and I had no kids yet. And he was like, he saw me overthink it. He's like, come back into the body. What is it telling you straight away from here? And then he asked me the key question. He was like, what is it when you imagine that life that's holding you back to going for it? That might be what's a limitation that's popping up for you? And I wonder if you've been doing this in your head now as well, as I said this. I was like, holy moly, I have been living out of fear of disappointing others, of not meeting their standards, of a fear of not pleasing others around me. And it was this whole kerfuffle of needing to control the situation and wanting to please others so then everything is good, everything is well, I'm seen as a good person. And it was so exhausting, I tell you. And I came across a quote back then. This quote punched me in the gut so hard. So I hope it does for you, maybe a similar thing. And it was, I create to not impress, but fully self-express. Right? Yes, feel that? Be yourself in another whole freaking level and layer, taking off the masks. So what we're going to go through today is the nervous system, and I have a really cool visual to do this with you. So the nervous system in our bodies controls 95% of our habits and our actual things that we end up doing in life because it's our safety mechanism. That's how we survive. So if it deems something as not safe, we are not going to go there unless we train our body to feel unsafe and to feel okay and to feel safe in those unsafe scenarios and to like have that edge and actually be okay with it rather than retract and try to hide or fight it or run away from it. Those are the things that happen. So these innate responses come from the nervous system that works and functions and makes our body run. Okay, now there's visuals. Are you ready for them? Because you can be a mix of these following things, or you can have just like one that you tend to lean towards. So today, just for like self-evaluation, I want you to think of a situation that actually makes you feel a bit, maybe it's the big dream that you're after, showing up online. Maybe it's even just showing up for your kids better. Like, what is it that you're wanting to do, and where you find you come up against something that's like blocking you, and maybe you tend to like hide away or procrastinate, or what is it, like something that you're wanting to do and you're just not doing it? Losing weight, starting a business, taking yourself out for more self-care dates, doing adventures with your little ones. Like, do you feel too exhausted to do that? Blah, 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 blah. What's the narrative going on? Now, what do you tend to do when it comes up to these moments of like decision making? Do you, 1, fight it? Do you put your fight jacket on and do you go, oh, this is so hard. Like, no wonder it's not working. This is bullshit. Why is everything not like running my way that I would want it to? You start to create this narrative and you get angry and you like start hating on things and maybe even pointing the blame finger. This is the fight jacket, right? You're fighting it. You're getting it. And then usually to like get through it, maybe you're fighting your way through it and you're like, you must do this. And then you're fighting yourself because you're like, come on, we can push through this. Let's do it. Yeah. Feel anxious, but you're going to go anyway. You're going to do it. And then you like tend to then burn out because you're like constantly pushing yourself. Number 2, do you tend to avoid it? Flight. All right, you're putting your run shoes on and you're running the fuck away from the situation. You are scrolling your phone instead of doing the actual thing that will move you forwards. You are, I'm just going to put a caveat here because I am all for lying down and staring at the ceiling for 10 minutes a day. That'll do wonders for your mind. But if you tend to do the things that disassociate you or make you distracted or even take you away from like being present with your family because you're avoiding the feelings that come up in that situation. You're avoiding the discomfort of the growth. You're avoiding things by maybe having wine every night. You know, like there's things that you do that disassociate you and make you avoid things, and that means you're running away. You're putting those running shoes on and your nervous system is like, I want to get the F out of here. Okay. Number 3. This is where I sat for a little while. The freeze one. Do you tend to freeze and just say, oh my God, this is too much. This is all too much. I need to rest more. I'm going to go to yoga. I need to relax. And yes, again, there's a time and place for these things, and carve out and do it for yourself. But if that is what you tend to do all the effing time, and that's the reason why you're not making progress on what you actually want to be doing and growing in, take a look at that. Have some self-awareness around it. You deserve all your freaking desires. And sometimes these first states that I was explaining, the fight jacket and the running away shoes, if you've been in both of those for a long time, they're the really activated states. Once you've done that too much and then you hit that burnout, that's when you can actually land in that freeze state. Because it's like, I've been fighting for so long, I'm exhausted. I've been trying to run away for so long, I'm exhausted. And then you get into this freeze state. You put your blanket on and you're just like, I don't want to move. I want to stay in bed all day. I can't be bothered. This is too hard. Like, become aware of that internal monologue that's happening when that happens. The other part of this like shut down one is fawn. And it's very similar to freeze, but it's more like you just want to hide. So it can show up more in ways of, this is the fourth one, in ways of, oh, but I have to do this for my kids and I'm going to forget about myself. Oh, but I have to do this. Like, you're showing up, you're putting other people's needs in front of yours because you're not as important. You're putting that self-worth of yourself down low because you think other needs of others and serving others is more important, but you have some desires that are knocking at your door and your soul is like, hey, remember this? And you're like, oh, no, but not now. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, but I have to do this instead. And yes, some of these cross paths, so you might be avoiding it. And this is the one that I call the mask of pretending, of having it all together, pretending like you're actually happy where you are, you're actually fine. Are you though? That was me for so long, and it showed up as me being like the one that's cool and breezy and like I don't need much, and like I go along with the flow with everything. I never make a fuss. I get along with everybody. Oh, do you know? Can't believe I'm getting emotional around this. Ooh, that was like from the belly. I felt it. But it's because both me and my partner have experienced this to a really deep sense where you overstretch yourself for other people. And I've had multiple friends fall off and it's really fucking, it hurts. You don't want to let them go. But sometimes you have to because it's just not aligned anymore. And the reason I bring this up in this one is because it's that like overstretching yourself to like keep the other people happy, but it's just ruining yourself. You need to put those fucking boundaries in. You need to own your own time. You need to own your own worth. You need to listen to this again, your heart. You need to put your hand on your heart and actually go, what is it that I need and that I want? Get in touch with those desires. And that can be fucking scary, especially putting boundaries in place, because things like friends can start to fall away, or just other things can start to change in your life, and change is scary. So you might be like gripping on, this is what I was doing. I was gripping on, no, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm like a good girl and I can do that. That's fine. I can do this. I can do everything. And I would spread myself thin, and then I would like not be able to do any of it. Does that sound familiar? You been doing that? Oh, rein it in. Take up space in the things that actually matter to you the most. And fuck off with everything else. Like, just clear the fucking pathway. This is when I got into decluttering. This is when I got into clearing my schedule for things. This is when I got really clear on what I actually wanted, my values, and I started living by them. That's what I want for you. Now, to go deeper with this work and to like unravel all those things, to undress all those masks, take the jacket off, take those shoes off, take the blanket off, unfreeze yourself. We need to talk to the body. We need to use sensation like touch and breath and sound and feeling to talk to the body, to make sure it feels okay in this uncomfortable feeling of growth. All right, you need to train your body to do that, to keep expanding, to feel brave, to keep being courageous and cheeky and curious and have compassion for yourself throughout this whole journey. I have two things you can do right away. You can jump into my I'd Tap That, which is a really quick and express thing you can do to rewire your brain to be able to set these boundaries, or to be able to stop fighting, or to be able to stop running, and really help yourself move through that and rewire that brain, like I was saying, that runs 95% of your behaviors in life, your actions, the things you're actually doing. I'd tap that. Your link is below. The second thing is to get into your body and do some somatic movement and really invigorate those deep desires in you again. You're allowed to dream. You're allowed to play. Desire is a channel to infinite possibilities. Like, I'm getting goosebumps. It's like the thing that lights us up. We need more people in life that are lit up. Have fun with what you're doing. I'll leave you with this last piece. This brilliant man, Joe Hudson, that I've just come across. He is an amazing coach. And he says that we should quit our jobs. Now, I don't mean, like he says, he doesn't mean put in your 2-week resignation and yes, go for it, do it if you need to. I did when I fell pregnant and knew I had to do a business and follow my passions. There was no more like fluffing around in that area. There was like decision making, okay? And I then realized later that it was really about me having that mask on, having that facade on of like being scared to be seen for my true flaws and brilliance as well. Like, who am I to do that? And it was this pivotal moment of like, wow, okay, you can quit your job. And what he meant by that is stop trying to be this person that you think the person that needs to be to fulfill this role. Be yourself in the role. Show up as you. Do your best. Be vulnerable. Be real. And see if the job fits it still. If it doesn't, find another one that might fit better. If it does, amazing. You might even get promoted just for like showing up as you more. You don't have to I had this, when I was a wedding photographer, I had this like weird thing where I couldn't let them see me have food. Like, I had to be this professional, robotic, like, yes, I was fun and I was creating the vibes and doing the photo shoot, but I was always had to be on the go because they were paying me and I had to be working. There was no way I could take a break. Like, it's just like so ridiculous to me. And then the same thing happened in my yoga career. I would like show up to the classes and I would, it was a replication thing because I learned by modeling others. And I have since I came to Australia from Germany. I would model others to learn English. I would model others to fit into this culture. I would model others to pick up new skills. And it's a really good trait and like skill to have, to learn that so quickly when you're watching people and you're like, I can do that. And then you just like chameleon embody it. But then I kind of lost myself in doing that too much in other ways. And I forgot who I was. And I forgot to listen to that voice inside and listen to the advice from the outside and the noise from the outside way too much. I had to clear that shit. We as mums, we have co-created human beings in our bodies. With this universe, with this life force energy. We have created, if you have a boy, a penis, a vagina. We have created a beautiful digestive system. We have, without even thinking in our conscious mind. Do you know how powerful that is? So if you have a pull, an intuition that is telling you to do something, this is your time to step into that, to co-create with this force. It's not illogical. It makes fucking sense that you have this pull, that you have this calling, that you have this energy that needs to be expressed. And yes, it's your turn to take the stage. Yes, it's your time to get the fuck up and show up and say, hi, it's me that can help you. It's me that does this. And this is how I express myself. And this is what I've created. Whatever it is you do, if you're an artist in like this way or that way or whatever, you write, you draw, you create, you photograph, you coach, whatever it is. Go for it. You can use my tools. I'd tap that, the EFT tapping prompt, or the somatic experience, the juicy shift. It's a 5-day reset. If you want to go deeper, welcome into my world. There's other ways you can do it as well. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe and jump into those tools to help you.